Let's start with the Thursday nighter, Ravens at Bengals. The Bills came as bad as advertised. I don't know how we feel about the market judging everything after week one. Are the Ravens as good as they looked? Are the Bills as bad as they looked? The Bengals seemed to come on during that game against the Colts. This game opened at a pick'em. Pinnacle and 5 dimes are on Bengals -1. Bovada has Ravens -1. Total opened up at 43.5. Now mostly at 44. Perfect, as we know, suspended until week 5. Dalton looked pretty good. Mixon looked very good. John Ross was nowhere to be found. Flacco got off to a nice start. 25 for 34. 3 TDs, 236 yards passing. What are you thinking about the Ravens at Bengals Thursday night, Donnie?
Yeah, it's an interesting point there. Thursday night games. Look, and I talked about it a little bit earlier on the right side of campus. When you're looking at Thursday night action, you're at such a disadvantage, Jimmy, being the road team, because you don't really get the practice. You got to be on the road to travel. Hell, you just played Sunday. You wake up Monday, Tuesday's usually a day off. Wednesday's a travel day. Hey, look, Thursday you're lining up and playing some football again. Now, earlier in the season, you might get a little bit brand of football because the bodies aren't tired yet. It's not week 11, like, oh my God, just played, 11 straight weeks, didn't even have my bye yet. Now I'm going to get after it on a Thursday night game. So you might get a little bit more cleaner game. And looking early at the schedule, Jimmy, was anybody excited about this week 2-1? Oh my God, we're gonna have to watch the Bengals play and the boring Ravens. Both teams looked pretty good over the weekend on Sunday. I mean, I don't know how much of a test you got out of Baltimore. The Buffalo Bills just went backwards the entire game. I believe I saw a stat, Jimmy, an amazing stat is every time they lined up for third down, the average third down distance for the Buffalo Bills was close to 10 yards, like 9.6 yards. So I don't know how much of a snapshot you get, but I was fairly impressed with Dalton and the Bengals on the road, Jimmy. Outside of that first interception, which was a tip and got brought back, same thing with Andrew Luck inside the 5. I thought the game was played pretty well. Dalton managed the game. Mixon looked good. But again, sometimes you have to take it with a little bit of, breath, because you're going to face a little bit better defense here, obviously, or should I say a lot better defense with the Ravens as opposed to matching up with the Colts. But a real physical game on deck here. I like it at a pick'em right now. This is a good crossroads for both of these teams. And let's not forget, Jimmy, the Steelers tied. So somebody's going to start this year 2-0 right off the bat and get after it and have the edge on the Steelers.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm very interested in this game. I was very interested in what the market was going to give the line at. My man Armin likes the Ravens. Alejandro Blanco, Ravens all day. Vincent Lindsay, Ravens. And then Dom Ricci, Bengals gave Indy 5 different ways to win this game. Same old Bengals already took the Ravens. We have nobody saying Bengals are the play. Week 2, Thursday night, Ravens look good. Bengals beat up a weak Colts team. Do you have any lean here early on in the week?
Yeah, like in the past couple, I've never bet a road team on a Thursday night, Jimmy. I just don't believe that's good, betting philosophy for yourself, because it's such a disadvantage because the other team is going to already be at home. They don't have to travel. They're going to get ready. They're going to be in their own beds, and I get all that. But, say what you want. If we're looking at overall coaching staffs, to me, Jimmy, Baltimore's a much better coaching staff. If we're looking about quarterback that I technically would trust more, I'm not the biggest Joe Flacco fan, but I like Flacco better. I like the defense better overall for the Ravens. I think the Ravens are a better team. If there's any shot, which I would put my money on to take a road team, even though it does seem to score, 69, 70% of the early bets coming in on the Ravens. But I do think the Ravens are a better team here. When push comes to shove in the fourth quarter, which team do I trust the most to dig out of it and have a better defensive effort? It would be the Ravens. And again, you're not asking them to cover a touchdown. They just have to win the ball game. It's a pick 'em. Right now, I still lean Ravens, even though I don't like to bet road teams.
You lean Ravens, but would you stick to that rule of not taking a road team on a Thursday night earlier in the season? Would that trump your lean?
Yes, you know what? I mean, that's one of the things I keep bringing up, which I'm trying to fight through, because technically, you're coming out of camp. You didn't hit that much, and you play. I don't know how much hitting even the Ravens did in their opening game. They pretty much had a cakewalk in that one. But your body attrition hasn't kicked in yet, because those Thursday night games are killer week 7, 8, and 9, because you've been through 100 car wrecks already in the season. Your body might be a little bit more fresh here, but also the good part is both of these coaching staffs, Jimmy, know each other fairly well. So it's not like you have to get ready for a Sean McVay type offense or a brand new look from a new head coach like Frank Reich or, Pat Shermer, the New York Giants. These guys know each other. So it might be a little bit more cleanly played game, because how much do you have to game plan against guys that have been around for 5, 6, 7, 8 years going against each other as head coaches?
Yeah, I'm excited. There's no football games right now that put me to sleep early in the season. I'm just excited about all these teams. Drew from the SBR Forum is making a very good points about Hurricane Florence. And we talked about it on the early show, whether the teams, with grass fields outdoors are going to be affected. Curious to hear what you think about that. We had a guy on our chat and Low Shack in the Bag show this morning saying he was going to take the under on all grass fields, college, NFL. How do you see this hurricane affecting these games?
Well, I mean, I don't know about which games it's actually going to affect. I know it makes landfall like Thursday, so maybe like you get the outskirts there in the Pittsburgh game, and you have to take a look at that. But I don't think it's going to affect this game in Cincinnati because Cincinnati's going to play Thursday night. If this thing makes landfall Thursday night, it's not going to be anywhere near Cincinnati, Ohio. But it is a good point. But a lot of these fields are kept in really good condition. I actually made an error last week and forgot that the Baltimore Ravens actually switched back to grass last year. But that field held up, Jimmy, fairly well, and they were enough to cover that over with ease, just with Baltimore themselves. I guess it's more likely about what the overall wind conditions would be, but in college football, it really affects you when you're having, that wet field surface and the kids don't handle it as well as professional athletes do with the rain. So it's a good point of thumb. Look, I'm not looking to take overs in windy, rainy conditions. That's for sure.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now, we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.